Just exactly why is the sample rate of your session so important? Intrepid Songwriter here, chronicling my adventures as a songwriter, because seriously, nobody does that. I'm here to tell you all the stuff I wish they told me when I first started out. Today's 10-minute video is about why the sample rate of your session is so important. Let's jump right in. For the purposes of this video, I'm assuming that you're working with audio that has already been recorded. I'll do a separate video to show you how to record some audio. But for this video, we're working with audio that's already been recorded because I want to show you what to do with audio that you've recorded or samples that you're pulling in or something that you might be mixing for someone else or audio that you're pulling in from another session. Because all of what I'm saying applies to all that. Again, we'll do the recording techniques in a separate video, okay? You need to get on my alert list. You get the best free plugins on the internet. You want to check the sample rate of your session. Now, obviously, you should know that when you create the session, but I'll tell you why that's important. Now, what I'm saying can work in any DAW, any DAW. I'm working with Pro Tools, obviously, but this will work with any digital audio workstation, but it's something you need to check. So up here, check the hardware, and I look at my sample rate. Why is that important? I'll tell you why that's important. Because you need to know, first off, about the size of these files. When you record at 44.1 or 48K, you can pretty much get all the frequencies that we need that we can actually hear. You can pretty much cover everything that we'll need between 44.1 and 48K. And we're all going to bounce it down to 44.1 anyway when we're done. But that's very, very important because once you get into 96K and 192K and any place in between, in terms of the difference that it would make in terms of what you hear, the difference is rather negligible. Some people swear by it, but in terms of the frequencies it would add, okay, they're negligible. And again, everything's going to be bounced down at the end. But the main thing to understand is that those files are huge. 96K files and 192K files, those files are huge on your hard drive. Okay, so you need to know that because Pro Tools or any DAW will convert your imported files to whatever sample rate, but you need to know before you get going what kind of sample rate you're going to record and mix at. And again, I recommend 48K because pretty much everything that we'll need to hear and that we can hear anyway, if you're not a dog, if you don't have the dog level, if you're not Superman, you can get at 48K. Now, what's the mistake to avoid here? The mistake here to avoid is not understanding the difference between a WAV file and an MP3 in terms of the data compression. Because if you get a WAV file that was recorded at 48K, you have just about all the frequencies there are all the ones that really matter. With the MP3, they've stripped out the ones that they say don't matter, but an MP3 by definition is compressed. And so unless you want that smaller sound or that smaller sample or that smaller bit or that smaller rate sound, you know, in your mix, that's cool. But you need to understand that if you want to get all the frequencies and do your own EQing and make sure you have everything there that was originally recorded to work with, then that needs to come into your session at 44.1 or 48K or above. If it's an MP3, by definition, it's already compressed. And so not all of the frequencies are there. So you need to understand that. Learn it, watch it, use it, you'll be better. Intrepid Songwriter, out.